Yimba returned to the summit of the MPFL with 18 points out of 8 games, while Rivers United follow with 15 points from 7 games. They have 1 game in hand. While United are in third position with 15 points, while Kano Pillars are in fourth position with 14 points. Rangers International placed 5th position with 14 points. Nasarawa United, who actually lost back-to-back against Plateau United and also against Eyimba, are now 6th on the MPFL log with 14 points. Sunshine Stars are in 13 points. Then we'll go to the bottom to where Adamawa United after match day 8, they just have 2 points from 8 games. Then Heartland FC have 6 points from 7 games. Abia Warriors, who recorded their first victory in the MPFL 2021 season, has 6 points from 8 matches. Castina in 17th position with 7 points out of 7 games. Do you think Heartland, Abia Warriors, Castina United can actually move up to the MPFL log?
No, I believe Abia Warriors will still go up, but I'm not sure of Castina United growing up. Atlant, I don't see them still coming up because they've not. In fact, the players are not motivated because they're being owed
backload of salaries. But just recently they were paid 2 months arrears.
Out of how many months?
Out of goals.
So the players have borrowed money from places and they use all the salaries to offset debt. So there's so many that they have needs, they have responsibilities. So if that money is not coming from them, how would they be motivated? Probably one of them, maybe go for bid. His parents is sick, needs to take care of his parents, his rent is due. So all those effects, psychological effects, thinking of how will I pay my rent, how will I pay hospital bills, all those kind of things, how would they perform well on the pitch? That's the difference between Nigerian league and the European League. We don't see the European leagues complaining about lack of funds.
Lack of funds have not been paid and all that.
Talk about Arsenal, talk about Madrid. The club takes care of that health care.
Of course.
If they are sick, insurance is there.
All of that.
The players do not spend one kobo on their health care because the club has taken care of that for themselves and for their families. Even their dressing is taken care of. They're giving cars. They're giving. So guys, don't think of anything. Just come and play football and give us victory. That is what. But we don't see that in Nigeria. But hopefully, as the game progresses, as the league progresses, probably we'll see all those kind of events or beautiful things in the Nigerian league.
Okay, Jide, we are in match day 8 already in the MPFL. How will you assess the quality of play? Fully aware that teams playing week in, week out, also in the midweek. How will you assess the quality of play compared to the last season?
Like I said earlier, that we are seeing a change whereby away teams can actually pick the maximum points in the opponent, So it's not before that only home teams must win at all costs. Now away teams can go now and get the maximum points, a draw or a victory. And I feel for these players right now because some of them played yesterday and they will still play and they traveled.
Yes, of course, the
distance, and they will still. I'm sure they're on their way back to their base, and they will still travel again or they are going to another place to go and play this weekend.
Yes.
So this
fatigue setting.
Yeah. So these players are.
And we are not that buoyant enough to actually lift and fly our players and officials.
So they are going by road. Imagine going from Adamawa United now, for example, leaving Adamawa and traveling all the way to Ogun State to play, or Lagos to play match, or Sunshine Stars, and still leave Ogun State or Lagos anywhere and go to Kano to play. Or Kaduna to play.
Or Bauchi, or going to Bauchi to play.
Or go to Imo. So these players are overworking themselves, but then, and they're not being paid well. That is sad thing.
Of course, I just want to, at this point in time, I just want to commend the LMC. We have not heard anything about violence in match day venue. Nothing of such has been heard. Maybe due to the fact that fans are not allowed into the stadium. I think that has actually curtailed those excesses and all that, and we have not recorded any health issues, player getting to drop down and all that in that particular league. So we wish the LMC and also all the MPFL club all the best in the ongoing MPFL season. So we'll go to our next story. We're talking about football now, but we'll go straight to female football, where Azizat Oshola and also Ndozie will miss the AFCON Tokyo Morocco trip. That's talking about the Super Falcons. They'll be having like an invitational tournament in preparation for the new season. We know they'll be missing the Olympic Games, but this game, what does it in stock for the Super Falcons?
Basically, this kind of tournaments are just to keep them in shape. Just to ensure that our players get to understand themselves better. Now there's no Olympic Games for us, and there's no competition for the film football right now. So the aim of these games or these trips is just to ensure that let's have our players go for grade A, what's called again grade A friendly matches, so that they can come together as a one, gel, understand each other very well, able to know the coaches can have options. I don't want this kind of player. I want this kind of player. I want you to play this way. So that's the major aim of this, what's called again, of these trips, these tournaments.
And this will be the first trip that the new Super Falcons coach I was talking about, and that will be actually being the aim of affair in that particular one. So, and
at least probably we'll see, because we've never, funny enough, we've never had any press conference with team yet. They've not called any press. To the press, unveiling. It was just only on the news. I will give NFL that chance because of COVID-19.
Do you think they're going to do?
They might say because of COVID-19 pandemic, but they could have done the virtual.
Excuse doesn't matter at this point in time.
But they could have done the virtual.
Events are actually ongoing on. We just need the coach and some of the officials of the NFL and the media.
We could have done the virtual representation on unveiling. We don't need to be there.
We can even be there.
But they've not done any of such. To even ask the man questions.
What is target?
What are you bringing on board? But we have not seen such from the man. A man that was coaching a high school team. We don't know his pedigree.
Of course.
He just came out of the blues as the new Super Falcons coach. So let's just see what these trips tournaments, international tournaments can do for the Super Falcons.
I feel we are going to miss Aziza Tushola, because we know she has been firing all cylinders for Barcelona this season. Getting to record a whole number of goals. So having her for that particular one, I think it will actually boost the morale of the best player. But she's actually busy.
Our club don't release now.
Of course, it's a busy season for all our players in Europe right about now. But we shall wish all the best to them.
But I just feel that they're going to make use of the home-based players, basically, for this trip, because now the foreign players in this team, Australia is in Barcelona. Of course, they'll not release that. This is a busy team. Ndozie, she's in France. They'll not release that because she's the goalkeeper there. So these players are busy in their various clubs right now. So let's just say, so they'll just do with the local-based players we have, which is even good as well too, because most of our players came from the home league to the foreign leagues.
Of course, it's a good one.
Okay, now we're still talking about football, but this time around, talking about the National Principals Cup, whereby the Oni of Ife has backed the revival of the National Principals Cup. According to him, he said he played in the Headmasters Cup and the Principals Cup. In this Principals Cup, yes, I will give kudos to the Sports Ministry for reviving this competition. At least from this competition that we got to get the likes of Munike, get the likes of Christian Chukwu, all of them. They were thrown up. Yes, the Kesha and Co. And over the years, the competition was stopped. So let's just give kudos to the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sport Development for reviving this competition. And of course, the director of grassroots, talked about Dr. Ademola Red, visited the Oni of Ife in his palace to seek for his rare blessings, and he said this is going to nurture. This almost like it will bring about a national unity. Just imagine you are going from state to state. So it's almost like an NYC program.
It's just like the Shawl Cup of those days.
So you bring different youths together into one place from each state, from different states, and that will encourage us to understand. Okay, you are not for nothing. You are a good person. Bring about that unity that we lack currently in Nigeria.
Of course.
And football generally has been a unifying factor in Nigeria. Sport generally in Nigeria.
But for me, what I would just advise the Sport Ministry is for them to actually have a database of all these players. If they are going to represent, maybe if they are going to do it at the national level after the zonal qualifiers and the best they should actually do a database for all these players. We should get their age, we should get their photograph, we should get all their height in place. We should have a good database for them. This will actually serving as a board where we can actually go in and pick some of our under 17 players who can actually represent the country. We should not actually rely most on all our academic players. We can actually pick some good players in this particular one who can get to
I'll show with
that
these academies are not being run by some of these people in NFF.
Of course,
so
we can actually say that. But at this point in time, we are going to actually get players who are from the grassroots and also get to nurture them and develop them. There should just be a transition from this Principal Cup to the under 17, and also maybe they should actually grow up to the under 20s and all that. So we'll go to our next story. So talking about the Nigerian football right about now, where the NFF has paid part of my salary. This is coming from Aloy Agu, talking about the Super Eagles coach, talking about goalkeeper trainer, talking about Aloy Agu. At this point
22 months, it was paid 2 months out of 22 months salary.
At this point in time, should we actually be discussing this in the news? Paying of coaches, player salary, should it be in the news?
And the Super Eagles allowances have not been paid 16 months after.
Since 2019, after our games against South Africa.
They've not been paid their allowances, their match bonuses till date. And they just paid the Super Eagles coach, Gene Roy, his salaries, I think 6 months salary or so.
It's just so sad. And
Agu is being owed over a year's salary.
It's just so sad, and the person at the aim of affairs is actually looking for a seat in the FIFA Council. What has it done? What has it done to develop the Nigerian football?
And it surprises me that we have sponsors. We have sponsors for NFL, for the national team. Pick this, pick me there. I know pick me. There's Coca-Cola. We have sponsors. So we have sponsors.
Paracetamol.
So I don't know where all the money is for.
There's TomTom also.
So yes, so there are sponsors, and there's FIFA money as well too. There's AFCON money, there's CAF money, and even from the national budget, there's budget for the Super Eagles. I mean for the national teams. So why is and NFF is not even paying directly? It's not they're not don't pay the salary directly. They have a deal, and why are they not paying him his money?
And they're not even paying the 8th grade team, and you want them to actually perform. So where is all that money
going to?
And what kind of deal are they signing? And it's just so bad that when we journalists get to ask them what is in stock for this deal, let Nigeria know how much you are actually signing for this deal. They will not actually tell you the figure. They will not even want to pick your calls for you to even ask them what.
Let's see the documents. We will never see the documents.
Everything is just straight in secrecy. I just hope that things get better, because due to the fact that as it is, the way our Nigeria football is right now is not the way we are supposed to be. Other African countries has catch up on us, and they have actually left us in that particular spot. So I wonder what those people in the helm of affairs, what they are really doing in our Nigerian football.
And it shocks me that when the man, like you said, at the helm of affairs is vying for a position at the FIFA Council, and he said he's going there to promote the interests of African football and Nigerian football. But you are the helm of affairs in the Nigerian football.
What have you done
we are not going for Olympics, both male and female, for the very first time
in history.
At least one will go before, but now two are not going for Olympics.
2 teams are not going. Under 20, we are out. Under 17, we came in from the back door to actually qualify.
And we crashed out.
And we actually qualified to the under 17 AFCON championship. Even the women's team also. China that is ongoing. We are not in that. We are not in that competition.
And assuming our under 23 is going to the Olympics, we are almost sure of a medal. Either bronze or silver or gold, but I sure of get, because we are very good at that level. But nothing is going to come into the Nigeria.
We didn't even qualify for CHAN.
In 1 year, for the other 2 years, every competition went for.
We didn't qualify.
We didn't make it. Except for it is well. So now let's now go to Europe briefly, whereby Eden Hazard has suffered Another injury blow. This guy should just retire from football right now.
Why should he retire from football right now? Just say he has had a disappointing run in Real Madrid, because at this point in time, we know the head in Hazard in Chelsea was fine with us in
Oh, he should just leave Madrid.
He went to Real Madrid and he couldn't actually
No, it's his fault. It's his fault. He came back when Madrid bought him. He came back to he resumed Madrid overweight. Yeah, maybe they are pumping with so much money that, this is good money from what I'm getting in Chelsea. You see better life. Of course, Madrid takes care of the player better than Chelsea players, of course.
So the richest club in the world.
So he was overweight.
But this injury that he just suffered, I think it was in the training.
It was in the training.
That he actually knows suffered that.
And it's on his foot, his right foot again. He has done surgery on that foot about 2 or 3 times now.
So if you hope to see,
he's going to be out.
He's going to be out for like 6 weeks or
thereabouts. He's going to miss 3 good matches in the next 3 weeks. So that almost is 3 weeks already out.
So what has been working against him in Real Madrid? Because he didn't have this injury. He was not away for a very long time in Chelsea. So
it's a £100 million player.
Signing.
Of
course, let's just hope he gets back to his feet very, very soon, and take Real Madrid back to the summit of the table, because we know
Atletico Madrid has 2 goals or 3 goals so far in his name in 2 seasons.
Wow, too bad.
And he has spent more time at the hospital than
on the pitch. So we just wish Eden Hazard all the best. Hopefully he gets back to fit to actually lead Real Madrid back to the summit of the title, because we know Atletico Madrid are the one topping the La Liga right about now. So we'll go to our next story, where Tokyo Olympic Games organizer has said there will be no singing and no chanting at the Tokyo Olympic Games
because of COVID-19. So you're not going to shout.
That's why you're going to use. That's why you're going to use your face mask.
And yes, they're trying to prevent any form of transmission in Tokyo. And they've said, of course, they want all fans, athletes to come into the country 2 weeks before, and
so they'll be
isolated for 14 days. Nobody will go out, no going out, nothing, no visiting of tourist center when you come into the country. They've released the playbook for athletes, the playbook for fans, everybody. So if people like you go to Tokyo now, as you enter Tokyo, just go to your hotel room and stay there for 14 days. You're not going anywhere. No going to the supermarket and buy. Let's go and do some small shopping.
No sightseeing.
No sightseeing. Nothing. Straight to your hotel room, and you'll be there locked up to your.
At the end of 14 days.
14 days, you can come out. There you go to the stadium. No chanting, no singing, no.
Don't you think it's going to be boring and all that? Because we know that actually boost the morale of the players and all that.
They will clap now. Clap.
They can actually chant, using their face mask.
Or they'll play just like in the European League now, where the fans there are no fans, but they were playing soundtracks. People clapping, people so they can play that for them in the stadium.
But I feel that singing and chanting actually, get to motivate
but it is not Tokyo's fault.
And get to ginger them up for them to actually
Tokyo are bringing in over a million persons will enter Tokyo for these Olympic Games. Yes. And I'll show you that out of 1 million people, some people carry the virus into the country.
Of course.
So, and they need to prevent a spread of the virus in the country. The pandemic. Except, of course, the vaccines are out already, and they will get all the vaccines necessary. But then the Olympic Committee said they're not going to force the athletes to take the vaccine because they don't know how it will affect the body system of each athlete. The way I react to drugs is not the same way you react to drugs. So it might not help the athletes on the pitch, on the tracks or wherever. Probably, I don't know how they're going to do it now, but it is not a must for the athletes to take the vaccine.
The COVID vaccine.
So we are just seeing so many things with the pandemic. I feel for the Tokyo mayor. I watched his interview recently, and he was hoping that they can no longer shape this Olympics again.
Of course, because
I'm sure in his own mind, he wished Tokyo was not hosting this Olympics.
The Olympic Games, of course, because even when the games was actually postponed, they actually suffered a huge amount of over $2 billion lost in that particular
because they had rented out hotels, they paid for hotel rooms, everything,
and all that.
They've gotten volunteers, they've gotten workers who are on ground, they pay them, they've done so many things on ground, and that's the same thing we're also facing right now in Nigeria,
National Sports Festival.
Whereby our National Sports Festival, 2020 or should I say 2021 this time around now, is
the 20th edition.
The 20th edition is
suffered like four postponement, and another postponement actually
is looming.
Yes,
because this is fourth, and the game is supposed to start in 10 days time. There's no feeling
that the
sports
Olympics will actually
yes, our Nigerian Olympics will hold, because now the Edo State government has said they are broke after spending money on the campaign, so they are broke. And they're seeking for intervention from the federal government. And the federal government has not released any fund for them, because they've given the fund initially,
of course,
since last year. But and they're saying that they need more funds. And we're not seeing any, players, the athletes they've not gone to camp yet. By now, athletes have gone into camp.
Of course. Some athletes are already in camp, like the Abuja athletes. They're already in camp.
But majority, 36 states,
you can actually get that feeling.
Yes, maybe only 5 states are going to camp out of 36 states.
That feeling is not there right about now, because at least right about now, the states and officials, even the athletes should have been in camp. New stories should be flying
maybe
out
not.
there and all that. We know that even we have not even get to host this sports festival. We want to actually host the next edition of the sports festival, but hopefully let's just see how this pans out at the end of the day. They have set the date 14 February. We hope that date come to a reality in that particular one. Still talking about the Olympics, Akida is confident that the Tigers and the Tiger will actually survive the group of death in quotes, because just on Tuesday, the group were drawn actually for the Olympic, for the basketball event. Well, our own, the Tigers, talking about the Nigeria women national team, will be facing world number 1. Talking about USA, they'll also be facing France, and they'll also be facing the Asia giant. I was talking about Japan, the host city, Japan. And the president of the Nigerian Basketball Federation, talking about Musa Akida, has said there's no cause for alarm that we are going to survive that particular
There is cause for alarm. There's cause for alarm.
Or we should just sit back, relax, fold our hands.
We have never, according to statistics and record, Nigeria has never defeated US. So that one's already out already. We have never played against France, against Japan before. We have never played against them in any competition, so we don't know how that will play out.
Japan are the host country, so
yes.
It's going to be difficult for the Super Five.
France, we have never they've also defeated us enough times, 2 times or 3 times. So we have played against people that have defeated us, except Japan that we've not met before. So I do not see how I would. To be honest, I don't see us defeating US. Let's just take them out entirely.
US should be. But you can never say never or never. It's a game of 4 quarters,
but let's
let's
not deceive ourselves. Let's be honest with ourselves. The USA has both the male and the female teams have the best players in their squad. So let's just take US out. We can't. Most of our players in the Tigers, they play. Somebody played in the NBA, the NWA, that's the women NBA.
We won't played US in the World Cup. The Tigers played US in the World Cup and they were defeated.
So let's leave US out entirely. But at the FIBA Afro World Cup, the qualifying series for Olympics itself, for the Olympic. So we have US has always been defeating us. We are the wiping girls. So let's take that one out. And for France, yes, it's going to be tit for tat. We are going to manage, but of course we will see the European strength.
Yes, of course.
Dominating over the Africa. Yes. So now Japan, we can defeat Japan because they are short.
How do you do Japan?
They are short.
They're not that short.
They're not that short, but at least
Like
our players
players
are taller than.
But I know for the male team, when it comes to Japan, they are very, very good side. But
yes.
for the female team, I can't really say much about them. But I know
I've gone through their list. I've gone through the player. I went through their squad list. I saw that their height cannot be compared to Nigerian heights. At least the average height is. We have the advantage when it comes to height. But when it comes to their strength and ability, I do not know yet because I've not seen.
Don't take it away from the Nigerian side. We are the two-time defending champions when it comes
African
to African soil. And we know we are the only country
on African soil.
But
yes.
Again, I don't
Nigeria and Senegal.
That should actually carry more weight now because we are the defending champions in Africa.
Nigeria and Senegal are the two best nations in Africa.
When it comes to basketball. No doubt about it. And we should know that
we are local champions.
We are the one representing the whole of Africa.
So we are local champions. Let's not deceive ourselves. We are local champions.
But give them the benefit of the doubt now. Musa Kida has said
he should stop deceiving himself. Yes, I'm being patriotic.
Don't you think we can upstage an upset in that particular one?
In FIFA in 2018, yes, there was an upset when we played against Argentina. We defeated Argentina. We defeated we defeated Greece before now losing the eighth place final to Canada.
Yes.
Narrowly. I remember that game. 73, is it 73, 72 or 72, 72? But by 1 point against Canada to finish 8th in the 2018 Afro Basket. Yes, nobody expected us to defeat Argentina. Nobody expected us to beat Greece, but we did it, and we lost narrowly to Canada. So it's possible, but it is possible. But the way it is now, it is. I would not want to say we will not win, but we might not top the group.
The US is topping the group.
We will not top the group.
US is topping the group.
US topping the group.
About that.
We might place second, or we might place third.
But we don't want to give us a qualification in the
yes.
next one. If we play third position.
Yes, we get top position. Yes, we cannot go ahead and still play. You know,
maybe like
whoever's in the
best losers.
Yeah, we can still do that and continue the game probably to get to whereby we have to exist in the competition. But as it stands, we are not going to this group. Whether we survive or not, it's not a group of death to me.
It's a group of death.
It's not a group of death.
It's a group of death. But it all boils down to early preparation from the MBBF and also support for the federal government because they just have to support this team. Early preparation will actually help the team
but let me ask you,
to play very well.
But can we get any medal from the Tigers when they play?
It's going to be difficult.
Fine, good. Now, let's not talk about the Tigers. Now they are playing against Australia. The remaining 2 slots have not been because they've not finished the qualifying series due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So by the time all those ones play their qualifying series, we will know the remaining two opponents. And thank God, at least we have escaped US already. That the Tigers have already escaped US. So it's Australia now.
Australia and some other club like Slovakia or something.
That might come in later on. So we don't know whoever will win their own games there that will come and join us. So for now, we are lucky that we have escaped another giant. So just
to let our viewers know, our own basketball team will be the one representing the African continent in the Olympic Games. So early preparation, like I said earlier, is key. The government should rally around them.
Then Atlanta right for a 10-day camping exercise.
Also should actually rally around them so that we can have an impressive run in the Olympic Games. Even though we don't get to win the medals, at least let's get to the quarterfinals of the event.
Or shock some people by defeating US.
Of course.
Okay, let's now go down to our next story whereby we see Odion Ighalo has agreed personal terms with a Saudi Arabian club, Al Shabab. Now he has landed in Saudi, of course.
He landed yesterday.
And he has undergone through the processes of the COVID-19 protocols and everything. So he's going to pen his signature to a lucrative deal. We don't know much yet. But
these players now, they're actually not moving to Saudi Arabian club.
When there's money there.
There's money.
Of course.
Same thing that happened to Leke James. They actually signed a new deal
when there's money there.
The Saudi Arabian club. Now, Ighalo is actually following suit. Musa actually went there, but
made some money.
Made some money.
Good money.
Good money. And he came back. to the country.
And interestingly, the fans are ecstatic about receiving Igalo because they said, according to the fans,
coming in from Manchester United.
Yes, and the fact that a proven goal scorer in Igalo is there, and also Rashidi Yekini once played for the club. So they already have a love for Nigerian players coming into Saudi Arabian League, and the fans of Al-Shabaab are eager to see Igalo don their shirt and of course give them the goals. As he's donning the shirt, as he's scoring the goals, his bank account is getting fatter and fatter because he's going there right now for the money.
Yes, of course, and also more recording, signing ambassador endorsements will actually be coming for Igalo in that particular one, and also the Saudi Arabian, league will also, get enough boost in the foreign scene. So I think it's a good one. So this will actually open doors for other players.
So we probably, as the week goes on, we'll know how much, or next week we will know how much is weekly salary is going to be. It's going to be huge. Someone that was collecting £270,000 in Manchester United, of course, is going to collect more money than that in Saudi Arabia, more than that.
Money bag is going for the money bag in that particular one. So let's return to athletics and talk about Lagos City Marathon move to April 10th in that particular one, because we know the last edition was held in January or so, but now due to the coronavirus it has actually been moved to April 10. I think this is actually good. We should have a whole lot of marathon. We just saw Kaduna Marathon some few months back, and now we are seeing Lagos City Marathon. Abuja City Marathon is also coming later this year. I think it's a good one. We should have such tournaments to encourage our own distance athletes, so that this can actually develop them. This should actually develop home-based local, because we know we are not. When it comes to the world stage, when it comes to long distance,
when there's Kenya,
when there's Kenya, when there's Ethiopia and all that. But I think we have a good side.
They always chase that tele on the rock.
But I think we have a good side when it comes to the Jaws. We have one side that
our altitude in Jaws is very
go there and actually train. I think we can actually sieve a whole lot of good talent from that particular one, then come them in Jaws and see how they can able to perform. Know fully well that we are going to be seeing some international athletes coming to fight for the ultimate.
So it's supposed to hold this month, but now it's going to hold in April 10th in Lagos. So we are going to see how it's going to pan out in Lagos, and I'm sure because of the COVID-19 pandemic as well too, it was moved to that date. So let's see how it pans out for them in a marathon. Whether we're going to see new champions, we're going to see the old faces there again. Of course, the old faces there will still come. People like Pam and the Pam family, both the husband and the wife.
We'll be just to retain that title.
Of course, the husband is one of the best runners in Nigeria. The wife too, and the female section is also the best as well too. So how they do together, only God knows. But let's see what they can offer. But sadly, they did not still match up with the European foreign athletes that come into the country. So they always get a prize for Nigerian best runner, but they don't usually win the overall prize.
Of course, because we know how often do they get to train, how often do they actually get sponsors who will actually train them.
I remember talking with the husband Pam about last year or so, when they had this anti-corruption marathon race that he won, and his wife also won too. They train. There's no sponsor from anybody. They go by themselves to wherever they want to go to and train. When they get injured, they use their money for their treatments and everything. There's no support from any angle, from the state government or from individuals. That is where so the whole body falls on them, and they don't get these funds regularly. They don't get paid regularly.
Because it's just when you go for a competition, when you get to win, and that is where you get
some money from. So, and all these competitions that they want, that they win, that's what they use to take care of themselves and everything. But then I know that as time goes on, probably I don't know when, there could be a shift whereby there will be interest of athletes will be looked into at all costs, both from the government and from the individual.
That's where we want the government to actually step into this. Let all these big multinational mandate them to actually sponsor sporting activities, share them to each federation. So brand, you take care of the Nigerian athletics, you take care of the Nigerian volleyball. That way we'll have a rapid development when it comes to sport generally in the country. So we go to our next story, where it is on tennis, where Australian Open players go into isolation after hotel coronavirus case. Earlier this week, the players were actually exiting isolation. Now they're going back into isolation.
Yeah, because the hotel they were staying, one of the hotel workers was contracted the coronavirus and everything, and they don't know. Of course, automatically they have to shut everybody down again. So it's just, I don't know. It's just getting too sad that as event about to start, a coronavirus case pops up his head, and they have to cancel, postpone again, or shift and everything. And by the time they want to do all this event together, everything has become so jam-packed.
Of course, together.
And
we already know that the games will witness a whole lot of 30,000 fans will be allowed to see the games live when it comes to about them coming into the stadium. So at this point in time, should they just take the vaccine, and everybody should just take this vaccine and let us move?
Let's
just move. Let us move ahead with this coronavirus.
Yeah, because it's really sad that a lot of things have been affected by this pandemic, and it is not. We don't know who to blame. Of course, like one family that would say a China virus, and so I just look forward to having the fact that let this crisis, let this pandemic come to an end as soon as possible, so that we can have our lives back. Our athletes, not only football, the general aspect of our life, but of course, sport has suffered the worst hit in this due to this crisis. So let's now talk about the results and fixtures for today and this weekend. And the EPL is going to be a very, very tight one, where we're going to see Tottenham against Chelsea.
Yes.
I'd have loved to see Lampard still on bench, but then it's going to be Mourinho versus Tuchel this afternoon, this night rather, and Tottenham need to win that game to be able to mount a challenge, because they lost that game I think 1-0 to Burnley or so, during the week or during the weekend. So we need to see, it's going to be a cracker.
Let me just give the rundown, the head-to-head in that particular one. 5 matches in between them. Tottenham has not won anyone. They have drawn 2 matches. Both teams have drawn 2 matches. Then Chelsea have won 3 matches. The last match they played, that I was talking about last November 29th, Chelsea 0-0 against Tottenham. So that particular one. The last defeat at Chelsea. The last defeat that Chelsea have over Tottenham was in February 2020. That was Chelsea were 2-1 winners over Tottenham in that particular one. So it's going to be
it's going to be a tough one. And today at the MPFL, I'm very, very particular about the Nigerian League anyway. So we're going to see Atlant, the last 2 matches for the round of match day 8. So we're going to see Atlant against Ifeanyi and Katsina United against Rivers United.
That'll be a rental derby. We're talking about
Atlant and Ifeanyi.
Yes, of course.
So we're going to see what happens. Both teams are not playing well. So we're going to see who's going to win, and who's going to lose, or who's going to draw. Okay. So Katsina United against Rivers United, I'm giving for Rivers United to actually defeat Katsina United.
Okay, let us run down matches result from the EPL that happened this week. That's talking about the midweek, where Sheffield United were 2-1 winners over West Brom. Wolverhampton beat Arsenal 2-1. That's talking about 9-man Arsenal 2-1. Likes of David Luiz and also the goalkeeper actually got a red card in that particular one. Manchester United were 9-0 winners over Southampton. I know one of our producers here in the studio talking about Arebe will want us to actually discuss about this match. They were 9-0 winners.
That we not talk about Man U. Because
so after two red cards and all that.
That was my
like
biggest win, 9-0. They've not had that score ever. That's the biggest win, even under the great Sir Alex Ferguson.
Of course.
9-0.
Massive victory for Manchester United.
Was it because they had two red cards advantage?
Yes, of course. That actually played in for Manchester United. And with that, so far this season, they are the highest goal scorer with 46 goals in the ongoing MPFL. Sorry, I beg your pardon, EPL league in that particular one. Newcastle fall to Crystal Palace 2-1. While yesterday's game we see Burnley lost at home against Manchester City, who has won 13 consecutive wins. Impressive.
Man City winning. They started very poorly this season. They started very poorly, and they picked themselves up. There was no Aguero, so the focus was not on Man City. It was even more on Liverpool. Manchester United that were claiming that they're going to win the league, but now
of course it's not visible.
It's still visible at the point.
It's not visible. I don't see Manchester United winning this league. I see Man City getting to lay their hands on
and Liverpool that went on top. Now they went down. Now I think they're third. So they can still mount a challenge. But Man City have the upper hand because they still have outstanding. I think it's one outstanding game or two outstanding games.
About two outstanding
games. So if they can win those games, they're going to increase the gap.
Of course.
Between themselves and Manchester United.
Fulham lost again at home to Leicester City 2-0. Our own Kelechi Iheanacho scored in that particular game. He scored the first goal for Leicester in that particular one. Leeds United fall also at home to Everton. Aston Villa also fall at home to West Ham, who a certain Jesse Lingard, who was outcast in Manchester United, coming in to score two brilliant goals for Manchester United. Are you sure you guys are not going to bring back Jesse Lingard back to United for him to get scoring goals for you guys?
No, I know that after you now do his breakdown.
After he breaks down, I know that it's disappointing, match for Tottenham Club yesterday. Liverpool lost at home to Brighton. This will be their second defeat this season at home. They actually lost against Burnley, and now they also get to lose against Brighton at home. And if you check yesterday, all the away team actually won their matches yesterday at the EPL league yesterday.
It's a strange league. So let's not talk about the fixtures that are for this weekend. In Spain, it's going to be Levante against Granada. Then Huesca against Real Madrid. Elche against Villarreal and Sevilla against Getafe. In Italy is Atlanta against Torino, Sassuolo against Spezia, Juventus against Roma. That's going to be a very tough one. Then Genoa against Napoli.
That's a tough. That's a match. That's the biggest match in the Italian.
Yes, Juventus versus Roma. At the EPL, it's going to be Aston Villa against Arsenal, Burnley will welcome Brighton, Newcastle against Southampton, Fulham against West Ham, Manchester United against Everton.
Then
in Bundesliga, it's going to be Augsburg against Wolfsburg, Bayern Leverkusen versus Stuttgart, Freiburg against Borussia Dortmund, Mainz against Union Berlin, Schalke 04 versus RB Leipzig. Then Borussia Mönchengladbach against FC Cologne.
Then La Liga?
Yeah, I've released the La Liga fixtures.
Then on Sunday fixtures, we're going to have Tottenham against West Brom. We're going to have Wolverhampton against Leicester City. Then the biggest match for the weekend is going to be Liverpool hosting Manchester City at the Anfield. Well, Sheffield United also will play Chelsea in that particular one. Then in La Liga, Real Sociedad will play Cadiz, Atletico Club will play Valencia, Osasuna will play Eibar, then Betis will host Barcelona in that particular one. Then in Serie A, we're going to have Benevento against Sampdoria, Milan against Crotone, Udinese against Verona, Parma against Bologna, then Lazio versus Cagliari in that particular one.
Then on Sunday, Sunday, but in Nigerian Premier League, that's our MPFL, is going to be Dakar FC against Abia Warriors, a revived Abia Warriors. Then Aqua United against Katsina United, Rivers United versus Nasarawa United. Enugu Rangers will welcome Warri Wolves. Eyimba and Plateau, that's a tough one on Sunday. Ifeanyi versus Kano Pillars. Jigawa Golden Stars will take on Adamawa United. Lobby will welcome Wiki Tourists. MFM, of course, will have probably they'll pray their way through to victory against the Atlant. Then Sunshine Stars against Kwara United, and Sadiq of Sunshine Star is the top goal scorer right now with 6 goals, no penalties, 6 goals of Sunshine Star. Sadiq here, so it's been impressive so far. 6 goals in 8 matches.
Of course, impressive from.
He scored yesterday.
Wow, that's impressive.
A beautiful free kick. Thanks to MPFL TV.
Yes, we have been actually watching all the live matches and also getting.
So our fans can go and download it. Yes. It's not an advert anyway, but for
just
us
to catch up.
But us catch up because now we are not watching this game on TV. It's on the
MPFL TV.
On MPFL TV. That's where you can see all these matches live. Want to watch them, and we hope to see the fact that more fans will come in and enjoy the beautiful game of football in Nigeria.
Before we go, just briefly talk about the match between Liverpool and Manchester City.
That's a cracker.
Is going to be the biggest match of the weekend. Their last game
in the EPL.
Yes, their last game was Manchester United and Liverpool. They played a 1-1 draw. Then the previous game before that one, Man City hammered Liverpool 4-0. Then the other previous game before the other one in 2019, Liverpool defeated Man City 3-1. That's the last 3 games. So, what will be your prediction for this game, Jide?
Liverpool want to, of course, accept. You know what to go for. They'll go for it.
No, if you do well, some of the players are injured, and also they just came from a loss. They just came from a loss.
There's no Aguero.
There's no Kevin De Bruyne.
Kevin De Bruyne. So both sides are missing key players. But I will still put my money on Liverpool, trying to get the maximum point against the Man City. Yes.
But I'm going to actually put my money on Man City because, you know, Man City have been impressive this season because you don't know which particular player you're going to mark in that particular team because the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, who we know he gets to do the magic in the middle of the park, will not be in that particular match. Also, the likes of Aguero will not be in that particular match due to the fact of injury, but also he's going to actually live up to his bidding. It's going to be a match watching a counter, which fans, football fans all over the world, they are going to be looking forward to actually see Pep Guardiola against Jurgen Klopp, 2 rivals who actually know themselves and who actually know their own news when it comes to football management. So
it's going to be a very tough one when they play on Sunday. So let's see whether. But like I said, my money is on on Liverpool.
My money is on Manchester City. Where will your mouth be, fans? Put your mouth where your money is.
So let's see how that game plays out on Sunday. But that's going to be a very tough one.
Of course.
So fans, this is where we draw the curtains for today's program, and we believe you have enjoyed every bit of our show. But of course, as usually say on this show, before we leave, we want to urge everyone to please take charge of your health. You can help us stop the virus by obeying the guidelines as set out by authorities, keep our social distancing, wash our hands regularly, or use an alcohol-based sanitizer, and of course, the use of the face mask is very, very important. So I remain Olushola Lojide.
I am Olawale Ayeni. We'll come your way same time, same station. And next week, bye-bye for now. Do have a great day and God bless.
Bye.